excuse any rattling you may hear, it's the fan in full swing. We've got some sunny weather for a change, so we have two packages here. I think this one, strictly not railway related, but it will have a use with the forthcoming railway build in more ways than one, but I'll get to that shortly. This, I'm hoping it contains some more American boxcars, but it might not do. I can't remember what I've got coming this week. Not much. We're halfway through the week now. I've got a couple of orders from model shops that are in the process, and I did cover these on a short. But I think with them being a short, no one actually bothered looking at them. I'm trying to figure out how to program them. As you can see, they're 8-channel programmable controller. So you've got 8 channels for LEDs to turn on and off under a sequence that you program, but I've no way of finding out how the hell you program them. I will show you one plugged in. There's no manufacturer's name other than that. TCS8. I don't know whether they're UK origin or elsewhere. They've got a PICT controller chip in them, which is soldered other than having it on a socket, which seems a bit odd. I would have thought they'd have had them on a socket, program them and plug them in, but yeah, I don't know. Got different resistors on that one to this, but that could just be a batch from the supplier. But as you can see, you press the button here to edit the program, or I presume run the program. You can change the pattern or program a pattern, I don't know, and change the on time. Now they run in different sequences. These LEDs indicate which channel is doing an illumination up there. You've got 9 and 0. I've sort of played around with them. I can get things to change slightly but not quite do what I want to do. It runs for a program of turning various lights on and off for a period of time, and then loads of them on and some more off and then some more on. Then they all start flickering like Christmas tree lights, which I don't want. But I cannot find anything on the interwebs of who made them, or more importantly, if there's a set of instructions to download. So if anyone's got any ideas on how to work them out, or where they came from and who made them, please let me know. I'll give you a quick glimpse at the first one. This had the chassis removed and shoved inside the actual box cars so that the ends were twisted around the crimped weight. Really dumbass way. You couldn't do it with this one because it's been glued, but this one has been pushed a little bit too low, so this pivoting mechanism is actually binding on the, so I'll have to see if I can break the glue bead and listen to excuse me, and lift it up a little bit. Also, when he's wrapped it tightly, he's bent the remaining foot plates. And this was the only packaging. It was just wrapped in a bit of this foam and shoved in the box, nothing else to protect it, so not the best packing, but I will show you the rest if there's no more tragedies to be seen. Yeah, I spoke too soon, didn't I? They're about to snap off. The other two have snapped off, all because of the dumbass way they've packed them. The coupling's come off. I think that's retrievable. I think the spring's still there. These clips in the UK are rocking horse shit. In fact, they're rarer than rocking horse shit. I tried to find them, found them in America, and I think they were like $4 or $5. And the shipping was about 15. I managed to buy a scrap wagon off Hatton's second-hand shop that still had one left on it, so that I could rob that to put on one of the wagons on my tank cars, I think, or a grainer. But yeah, Not impressed so far. He's definitely not going to get positive feedback. Put up a bit of a fight, the clip still kept pinging off, so I gave it a little persuasion between the fingers and then it wouldn't go on. So took the screw out, lifted the wheel truck off, the chassis frame comes up somewhat and you can unhook it. I don't know whether the camera's picking up, there's two little lugs there where this bit secures underneath. And I just managed to get the clip back on and swing the tripwire all the way back round the right way. That one seems to be okay now. I'll just give it a tiny little dib of super glue just to stop that clip from pinging off, because it, even though I clipped it in place, it pinged off twice and I haven't even used it in anger yet. For this one, the knuckle was jammed open and the tripwire was 180 degrees round. I've managed to get it back in position, but I think the spring is a term we use in England as mullered. I don't know whether that's a KD or a Bachmann one, it's plastic. I have got some springs, but I don't have the tool that's supposed to help you get them on. I have got them on before, but again it's going to mean taking the clip off and trying to get a spring back on. Just as easy to put a fresh fitting back on, and then re-spring a load when you've got the time and patience. Now the pictures he had on eBay did indicate some broken steps. They are par of the course with these. They're a bit vulnerable, as some of the UK models are, for various detailing below the body level. This one's managed to come astray during transit, and I've just noticed the roof is now rolled off. So that needs re-gluing, so not a major thing. There just seem to be, these are Wolfers kits. Obviously someone was a bit too sparing with the glue, but yeah, that's fixable. I might weigh them and just make out what the weight, NRMA weight is on these. These are a little bit lighter than their factory produced counterpart that Wolfers make, and they are a little bit, obviously they haven't got a very low centre of gravity being this tall, so they are a little bit prone to rocking. So I might add a few wheel weights while the roof is accessible, but yeah, it's kind of took the shine off the deal when there's extra bits to glue back in. I'm not too bothered about the steps because a lot of them get broken anyway. This one needs attention, and to be honest with you, the bodies on these are thick enough that you could micro drill and just form a bit of 0.3 brass wire, which is what I shall do on some of the ones that are missing when I get round to those Sunday rainy afternoons when you've got nothing else better to do in the train shed. But they're a long way off. But as you can see, yeah, we have, obviously I'm waiting for the glue to set on the steps before I put the chassis frame back in, but I had to reattach those two completely and hold these ones back with glue. But other than that, these are par of the course. There is one of the steps, although they're moulded into the bodywork, it's took a chip off that second from bottom one. You probably can't even see it on the camera, but obviously they're the I guess high capacity. I'm guessing they're 60 foot, 65 foot freight cars. I haven't looked at the data panels to see. I think, yeah, it's about the same length as a auto rack. They're all basically the same, just different branding on them. For the rails, obviously we've got Union Pacific, Louisville and Nashville. Never heard or seen of that one. Obviously it's probably got swallowed up by Norfolk and Southern, I'm guessing. and a Southern Pacific, which is slightly different. It's got double doors, and again all moulded body details. Again, the steps bent on that one. It is, you know, if they're going to get wrapped, it is an exposed area. I guess they're all Wolfers, I'm guessing. Not very big on putting their branding on anything unless it's on the underside. They've got riveted or screwed weights on the inside. This one seems okay. Whoever glued it has got them flush with the car sides, so it's not binding. Again, these Wolfers kits have the same, although they do say in the instructions to file the bit down where this tab goes, because you can just see the little black area where the coupling goes. That will bind on the bodywork if you don't take off the small lip from the moulding. And two of the kit ones I've had, obviously they didn't bother reading the instructions and do that, so I've just unscrewed that little butterfly guitar pick looking thing to access the coupling. Again, this one, the spring is missing. It's a metal coupling, so it might be a Bachmann KD. So yeah, that needs a new spring in it, and there's no coupling that end. I don't know whether he made mention of that. It's not a big deal. And the step is in more broken condition than it was in the photograph. But yeah, these were my main thing. If you'd have been scrolling through eBay, the picture that was the thumbnail you'd have scrolled on by, basically. It was a half shot of all of them. So you didn't actually know what was in the lot unless you clicked on the advert and read the details. So I thought, ooh, high cube box cars, they might be a bit of a challenge on some of the European curves. We'll find out in a little while, because I might take them down the shed and fire up one of the N&S locos to pull these round. The ones that still got couplings at work anyway. So yeah, not so. I mean, I paid 31 quid. These make 20, 25. I mean, I paid 20 for a brand new kit the other week in the last video you saw, or £16 I think it was. I won the kit for, but I bought one the other week for 20 odd. So £31 for all these isn't too bad, despite the fact I've had to do some minor running repairs. And some of it was obviously indicated in the listing, but yeah, it's a bit of bad packing. There's potentially someone could send them back as not described, but yeah, pack them properly, folks, if you're gonna sell anything, whether it's railway related or anything else. So I will attempt to find some KD couplings and retrofit a couple, and you'll probably have seen these in a short or something before you actually see this video, or maybe not, who knows.